Colmets.
I thought 265 might be a big ask anyways. I was assuming it was a placeholder.
Oh, no. I think that was just a little too much.
So you might be wondering, why is there a clown emoji with a weird mustache on my screen? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what was a clown show, what was a dumpster fire, what was an utter embarrassment to everything professional about football franchises has now become a parody of reality, in that now, after finally making the decision to get rid of Urban Meyer, Shad Khan has decided to keep Trent Baalke. So, in response to that, the people of Jacksonville have decided to send Shad Khan a message. And there you have it. The clown. The Shad clown, as they call it. Now, why am I pulling this up, and why am I making this such a focal point to start this video? Well, as everyone in Jacksonville knows, Trent Baalke is the GM still in Jacksonville, which makes no sense whatsoever. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The Jaguars are 2-13. Trent Baalke, Urban Meyer, these are the two orchestrators of what is the 2021 Jacksonville Jaguars. And for them to not have their fate sealed together, in my opinion, is lunacy. But let's take a look at this article. Jaguars plan to retain GM Trent Baalke after woeful season. You know, there's something to be said about how bad a franchise is being managed. When you can look at a team like the New York Jets and how they have managed their team in the last 12 months, and they look like a first-rate, top-shelf NFL franchise compared to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I mean, it pains me to say that, but that, in fact, is the truth. So let's look at this article. The Jaguars plan to retain general manager Trent Baalke and allow him to have input on the team's next coaching hire. Why? Why? According to the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, that's a big change from what was expected to be a complete overhaul this offseason after owner Shad Khan fired Urban Meyer after a 2-11 start and numerous public relations nightmares. In a tweet, Rappaport said Baalke will move on to his third year with the team. He took over for ousted general manager Dave Caldwell halfway through 2020 and was elevated to full GM role this season. So just so that you understand how this works, or how this worked, rather, he wasn't a GM with the Jaguars last year until they fired Dave Caldwell. He was more of an assistant to the GM role, and for good reason. This is a guy who, while he did see some success in San Francisco, that success quickly and nearly immediately tapered into a downward spiral after their loss in the Super Bowl. From that point on, I think they went to the playoffs the next year, and then from there, his record is abysmal. A myriad of bad decisions in terms of trades in the draft, signing players that are injured already that you really had no business signing. And eventually that led to his ouster from San Francisco. Now, he didn't pick up a GM role anywhere else after that. He came to Jacksonville, bottom of the barrel, and he was given an assistant role. Now, look, the GM and the head coach are the people who make the decisions for the team. Really, it's the GM. The GM makes the decisions at the end of the day. He has override power usually. Now, what was the situation with Urban Meyer? I'm not so sure. Does it matter at this point? Fuck no. These are the things that drive me crazy about the Jacksonville Jaguars. These are the things that drive me fucking crazy, because it doesn't make sense to fire Urban Meyer And basically, the entire staff, they're all looking for new jobs. These guys know they're done after this season. It's been a disaster. It's been a dumpster fire. You can use any number of adjectives to describe how bad this season has been for the Jaguars. But if you are going to try to attempt to change things, you must purge everything that was a part of decision-making, everything that was a part of the culture of this team in 2021. The players, you can evaluate individually, make your decisions, draft players, sign free agents, what have you. But as far as the people who are in the staff, in the decision-making department, everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to go. And if you're going to fire Urban Meyer, if you're going to keep anybody from that staff, it would not be the GM. You can keep a special teams coach on staff, and that wouldn't really be something that's noticeable to the naked eye. But the general manager, he's got to go. There's nowhere for him to be in this organization, and you're only prolonging the pain of the Duval Nation. This is fucking unbelievable. It says here, Balky will continue to report to Khan and work in sync with the new head coach, who will also have a direct reporting line to Khan. Balky and Meyer's first draft and free agency class were both below average. What more do you need to see? Among the draft picks who have had above average seasons are number 1 overall pick Trevor Lawrence and second round pick Tyson Campbell. I would call Trevor Lawrence's season a wash. A wash because he didn't get any better. He didn't grow. I'm not saying that he didn't get any better because I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all. He's a rookie. He played like a rookie this year. And they're usually towards the end of the season in the rookie year, you begin to see a little bit of progress and a little bit of trending upward and understanding what's going on the field because it's never going to quite feel right to him in his first year. That's just how it is for rookies. So really, this boils down to not understanding what needs to be done to actually give yourself a clean slate here. This should be a clean slate restart for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it's not. The free agency class is underwhelmed too. If Khan decides to keep Balky as GM, will that decision affect what head coaching candidates he can attract? The Jaguars are said to have an interest in interviewing Tampa Bay offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich and former NFL head coaches Doug Peterson and Jim Caldwell. And then you have this report from Adam Schefter. Jaguars have requested permission to interview both Cowboys coordinators, DC Dan Quinn and OC Kellen Moore, for their head coaching job per league sources. Now, as far as this situation goes, look, I don't know much about Kellen Moore. I hear the people are not very fond of him. I'm not sure exactly what their dynamic is there in Dallas and how his career has played out, so I can't really speak on him. But Dan Quinn, no, I don't care what he's done in Dallas. I don't care. You understand? I do not care what he has done in Dallas. 28-3. No. Jaguars Twitter takes shots at clown owner Shad Khan after Trent Baalke report. Following the report, the Jaguars plan to keep general manager Trent Baalke in place next season. Fans and journalists on social media were quick to criticize the move as a mistake. Some fans on Twitter even went as far to change their avatar to a clown emoji with a mustache, a clear shot at Khan, who has amassed a woeful 41-118 record as the owner of a professional football franchise in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let that sink in for a second. Fuck. Oh my God, this is bad. This is really bad. He's had the team 10 years, 41 wins, 118 losses. No one worth a damn should want the Jaguars head coaching job with GM Trent Baalke staying in place. Of course, someone will take it because it's 1 of 32 and people are desperate. Associated Press Jaguars reporter Mark Long tweeted. Another fan urged Jim Caldwell, one of the potential candidates to become the next Jaguars head coach, to not take the job if Baalke is still in place. And here are a list of tweets coming from Mark Long. I for the most part, I agree with everything he's saying here. It's completely ridiculous. And one aspect of this that is going to affect the Jaguars in a negative way, when you do this kind of thing to your fan base, when you do this kind of thing to the city that hosts your team, is you're going to see a drop in interest in season ticket renewals everything across the board is going to be, tempered down because people just are not happy with what's going on right now. And I can't blame them. I cannot blame people for being pissed because I'm pissed. When I read that, I was pissed. I'm like, what are we doing here? I mean, how much are you going to slap around the fan base and act like you're trying to actually build something that's even remotely competitive when you're not willing to do what it takes to actually give yourself a shot at that? Urban Meyer was a disaster. The GM he came in with has not shown you that he knows how to draft players. He had a couple of years in San Francisco where, okay, man for man, much more talented teams than the Jaguars have, but he had a couple of years there early on where he had success, and then he showed a steep decline. So this guy in the last few years, handful of years, has not shown he's capable of actually building teams. This is crazy to me. Other people here, the organization is aware of our disgust. Keep it up. They see the clown movement. They see the inflatable bozos. Don't stop. It's just getting started. And then you see here, somebody sends an email to the Jaguars. I'm sure you are already dealing with a lot of this today, but due to the complete ineptness of our owner, I need to add my name along with my 4 tickets to the list of people who will not renew for 2022 as long as Trent Baalke remains GM. Any hope and promise for the future has been squandered with just about every decision made over the past year. Please do not bother sending renewal requests if that snake is still in the front office. Thanks. Ricky, section 124. Ricky, more power to you, brother, because that's what it's going to have to take. Clearly, that's what it's going to have to take. You're going to have to attack the Jaguars' pocketbooks, and I mean they're not very hefty as it comes. Shad Khan's might be, but not the Jaguars as an organization. They are not going to be. It's not going to look good if there is a drastic decline in season ticket renewals. Now, just opposed to that, when Urban Meyer was hired, there was an explosion in season ticket renewals because of the excitement that came around with that. But as we all know, that would turn out to be a folly, and things would literally explode from week one or day one of Urban Meyer's tenure. Now, it's really, again, it boils down to the simple fact that the Jaguars are in a situation where even with as bad as things are right now, even with as dire as it may seem, the Jaguars have a chance to just start over. Just start over. And it's so critical that you just start over because that number 1 overall pick that you have right now, his entire career is hinging on the next 24 months. Let's just put it right there. The next 2 seasons are going to be critical for Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville. Because I can tell you this, if there is not a significant turnaround for the franchise, which would then allow Trevor Lawrence to begin to grow as a player and begin to show his talent and begin to be the kind of player that we all hope he will become, then he's not staying here. He will get the hell out of Dodge as quickly as he can. And who would blame him? Who would blame him? I mean, this is lunacy. And this is just, I can't understand why Shad Khan is not aware of the situation that he's in. And he actually has an opportunity to kind of like clean the palate of the Jacksonville fan base. Clean the palate of that building so that people can just kind of just reset their minds and just go back to work. You can't keep remnants of a counterproductive culture in your fold. It's only going to create more issues down the road. Who wants to come to Jacksonville? You're going to have problems getting free agents. You're going to have problems getting coaches. You're going to have problems getting staff because there's nothing here worth devoting that kind of time to if you can't do it the way you want. Jim Caldwell is an excellent candidate to be a Jacksonville Jaguars head coach, to be the head coach for the team. And I mean, why would he come? He's going to want his own guy at GM. He's going to want somebody that he personally knows he can work with to build a winner in Duval. There's no incentive there. Byron Leftwich absolutely is another good candidate. Why would he come? You already have the fact that he's in Tampa Bay with a Super Bowl winning franchise that's actually functioning, where he could potentially be the heir to the head coaching position there down the road. Why would he come if he has to have Trent Baalke as his GM? Why? What incentive is there? Why would any top tier NFL player sign with the Jaguars? Just taking a look from a distance, you can see the flames coming out of TIAA Bank Stadium. Why would you come here? There's not enough money. You don't have enough money in Jacksonville, especially if it doesn't look like you have your ducks in a row and you have a GM and a head coach that are in sync, that are actually like connected and want to work together. This doesn't make sense. Doug Peterson, why would he want to work with Trent Baalke? He has a Super Bowl championship. Trent Baalke doesn't. Not as a GM. Doug Peterson has one as a head coach, and even for the issues that he had post his Super Bowl win, he still got the Super Bowl win. So there's an understanding to a degree of building a culture and building a winner. It's there. But why would you come to Jacksonville? What incentive do any of these candidates have to come to Jacksonville? These tweets from fans, I mean, I have not seen fans in Jacksonville get this mobile, get this motivated in the decisions that the franchise has been making in a long time, and I think it's good. I think it's good that that fans are getting involved, because they need to hear you, and the only way they're gonna hear you is if you're not paying them nothing no more. Only way they're gonna hear you if you ain't buying jerseys no more. Only way they're gonna hear you is if you stop coming to games. Shad Khan, you got to listen to your people, man. This is how you got into this situation to begin with, going with sexy things, being too patient with people who have not earned your patience. Trent Baalke hasn't done anything that warrants him staying here any longer than Urban Meyer at this point. What, because he's been here a few years? So what? He's got a 2-13 record as a GM in probably the worst, literally the worst year in the franchise's history by a long shot. And it's worse than when Malarkey was there. It's worse. Really, that team with Malarkey was far more talented than this team that Baalke has. It's quickly turning on Shad Khan, and you're the owner of the team. We can't fire you, bro. I mean, and I like Shad Khan. He is a brilliant businessman, but you don't understand football. You don't understand football culture, football management, and how to nurture the winning formula that a lot of teams have been able to find. A lot of teams have been able to find. The Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are figuring it out more than the Jaguars are right now. I mean, what is going on? Pete Prisco, I don't get the Jaguars keeping Baalke. Start over. Simple as that. Simple as that. Now, I know I've gone into a bit of a rant here. You know, this is not a typical. I wanted to layer this out a little bit more in a more organized way, but I'm annoyed. I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm so irritated with this. I'm tired of it. Like, come on. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. Shad Khan, listen to the sentiment. Listen to the pleas of the Jaguar fan base. Listen to the former players. Read the room. Get rid of Trent Baalke, scorch the earth, and start the Jacksonville Jaguars over at 0. Start it over. You've got candidates that can help make this team a winner. I think Jim Caldwell should be a front runner in this. He took a Detroit Lions team that was garbage and made them a playoff team multiple years in a row. Probably the longest the longest concurrent success that they've had as a franchise was under Jim Caldwell in the last maybe 2 or 3 decades. So just read the room, Shad. Read the room, because now we're not even the laughing stock no more. We're past that. It's a parody on reality at this point. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Share this video. And, you know, let's hope that the Jaguars can figure this shit out. I'm your observant lineman, Uche Nwaneri. I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.